and welcome to NatFun, a live-recorded tabletop role-playing adventure game where the dice and a few friends tell the story. My name is Jackie, and I am your game master tonight, and of course, I'm joined by a few friends. So let's roll into some introductions.
My name's Jeremy, and I'll be playing Raistlin.
My name's Dan, and I'll be playing Eldrin the Peacock tonight.
This is Erin playing Edwina.
This is Matt playing the fancy-dressed Roland.
Now, before we get started with our adventure tonight, we're going to do some shoutouts. After each session, the players write down shoutouts to each other on our adventure Google Doc to highlight cool stuff that everybody did in game. It's a fun way to support each other, mention neat character moments, and earn GM inspiration. We're going to use a randomized spinner app because I got tired of having to calculate all the different numbers of dice roll possibilities. So spinner app it is. And we're going to feature a couple shoutouts live. The first one we read will grant the recipient GM inspiration, and the second will grant the person who posted it GM inspiration. So you guys should have at the top of your journal tab the episode 8 shoutouts. First one tonight is number 4. Which I don't know who it's from, but I think it's from Matt. It just didn't register when you did the drop-down menu.
No, I left it off because I knew it wouldn't give inspiration, and it was just to be nice, and it was just to give you thanks for doing Velma and Lala's. It was a great experience for everybody, and it made a drab shopping episode a lot of fun.
I concur.
Darling, she was quite fun to play. Okay, well, because that was the GM, thank you, but I can't get GM inspiration, so we're going to redo that for the recipient that will get GM inspiration. This is a number 9.
All right. That's to Erin from me. And I just wanted to compliment her on jumping so seamlessly onto the crowd comments for Flying Snakes when you asked us to throw in little background banter that you could use potentially later. She just went right into it without even having to think much. I was, frozen in thought there for a bit.
Yeah, that was awesome. All right, so that is a point of GM inspiration to Erin/Edwina. And our next number is 8.
Well, that's to Matt/Roland from me for thinking up a few additional items for Edwina and the puppy puppet to make it, more personal and interesting than just, picking out clothes for yourself. I thought it was kind of a fun addition, and that Edwina would really be into that as well.
And I was.
It was fun.
Nice. Yeah, that episode ended up being more fun than I expected because I hate shopping episodes, and it was actually enjoyable. Well, thank you guys. That is a point of GM inspiration to Erin/Edwina and a point of GM inspiration to Dan/Eldrin. And tonight, I want to give you guys a little something extra, at least one of you. Dan, because you so confidently jumped into the description of Eldrin's peacock suit, I was super impressed because in real life, I know that you are colorblind, and that was a huge moment of digging down deep, and I was very seriously impressed. You're awesome, man. So I want to give you not just a GM inspiration for that. This is something a little bit different.
Ooh la la.
You are going to earn something not all of you have seen before, a GM boon.
Yes.
Which is like GM inspiration on steroids. It's essentially like a mega GM inspiration chosen by the GM at an integral moment to sway it in your favor.
All right. Looking forward to that.
So.
I hope I don't need it, but if I do, I'm glad it's there.
Well, we'll see. There was, in our home game that we did, a while back, there was one time you had one sitting there like for months because you never had a moment where you needed it. So it's there. It's on the list. You have yourself a GM boon.
Oh, thank you.
And one other quick thing I want to throw out is I like to practice what I preach. And I'm a big fan of talking with your table, talking with your group, session zeros, things like that. So just like at your own tabletops, here at NatFun, listening to your players is super important. And I was kindly reminded by a couple of different people that we were really light on our dice rolls last session, which is totally fair and true. I admittedly got a little bit swept up in role-playing Velma, darling, that I didn't call out for as many rolls as I normally would. I kind of got lost in the role-play that everyone was doing. So apologies, but thank you so much for letting me know. I love the fact that we have a group that can talk to each other like that. It has been noted moving forward. Insert winky face here. And now we move on to the adventure continuing with a synopsis. So, in our last episode of When Thunder Rolls, our adventurers begrudgingly tromped their way through town to Lala's to be fitted for garments deemed worthy of Lord Endario's grand ball, but quickly became enamored and at ease by the darling owner and stylist, Velma. She and her fleet of tiny servant seamstress instruments quickly got them properly gussied up in a flowy pink princess gown, complete with parasol, deep blue near iridescent suit, a maroon velvet suit fit for a prince, and a get-up fit to hide in plain sight while also being proud as a literal peacock. Oh, and of course a black velvet bag for the dragon's head.
Of course.
Right? Upon returning to the Grand Manor, they check their additional equipment and almost all of their weapons at the door before rushing into a nearby room after hearing screams break out, only to see the synchronized dance of flying snakes around the Grand Hall being conducted of sorts by none other than Lord Endario himself. Once the show had concluded, the Lord made a quick exit toward the adjoining room, where our party followed only to be overwhelmed by the sounds of ballroom music, dice, gossip, and a large, enticing, and open bar. Edwina and Eldrin took off after a familiar dwarven woman in a red sequin dress. Roland paused for a moment to take the whole scene in, while Raceland headed to the bar to get drinks for himself and Roland, where he was given a request by one of the servants to liven the party up a bit, for the sake of the common man. And normally this is where I'd say, let's roll into the adventure. But before we get to Raceland, which is kind of where we left off, I have a note on my little sheet from last session that Roland was really unsure where to split his focus last time. Indecision leads to randomness. And you know what else leads to randomness?
Spinners and dice.
These nuts.
Dice. So, I'm going to interpret Roland's indecision as not focusing on one key point. So, since you're having trouble there focusing on a single goal, Sir Roland, I'm going to interpret that you continue to scan the room. Can you please roll a perception check for me to see what you see as you scan the room back and forth?
Perception check? Correct. Ooh. That would be a 25.
Nice. You notice a man with a large pompadour,
Oh,
bedazzled with glitter, and the same gold embroidered attire you had noticed on Lord Endario in the entrance hall during the flying snake spectacle. He is speaking to a servant with a clipboard at the doors in the back of the room as he walks through and closes them behind himself. And now, I'm going to need all of you guys to double check that your token is on the map,
It's there.
and please roll for initiative so we can more easily cycle through everybody's actions at this shindig. You'll also notice I added a couple of labels on our ballroom backdrop here. They have a basic description of the room with kind of the title at the top so you can more clearly describe where you're going.
GM, can I get clarity? Was that back through the doors we'd come into this room from? I saw him?
Negative. Opposite side of the room.
Opposite side. Okay. Towards where Edwina was heading? Is that my understanding?
I will drop, because you rolled the highest DC I had on my chart.
Okay.
I will drop a green rectangle for you in the location I am talking about.
Okay. Well, that'll be a while before I get to that.
Back of the room.
Gotcha.
All right. So, what did everybody roll?
Well, Dan rolled an 18 for Eldrin.
Jeremy rolled a 17 for Raceland.
A mighty 7 for Edwina.
A natural 1 for a 4 for Roland. He was very distracted by Lord
It's the
Bendario.
glitter, man.
That glitter gets everywhere.
What a fine outfit for a pompous man.
All right. So, Eldrin, if I remember right, you were taken off after Edwina, who booked it once she saw Nessie kind of cut through the crowd.
Yes, I was planning on following her because she seemed to know where she was going, and she is also holding that dragon's head, so I figured, stay with her. But I don't exactly know where she's going, so I'm going to say that Eldrin's going to have to end his turn having not really done or discovered much. We can move on to following whatever Edwina is going to be up to.
You can make a perception check if you'd like, or if you just want to use your movement to catch up to her because she was ahead of you.
I would just use my movement to catch up to her. Basically, catch up and, ask her what's going on. Where are you going? And we can go ahead and end my turn on that one then.
Sounds good. Next up, we have Raceland. So, Raceland, if I remember right, one of the servants had kind of approached you, and
Mm-hmm.
after you left a tip, was like, "You're not a nobleman. Hey,
Yeah.
want to liven up the party a little bit?"
Want to dose everybody? So Raceland is going to make his way over to that punch bowl and try to deftly switch whatever this liquid is that the guy gave him with a potion of healing and dump that into the punch instead.
Sounds good. I will rewind us back in time a smidgen, because as you start to take a step, he grabs your arm. "Hey, man, I gotta give it to you first." And he kind of looks around. "So, my cousin, he gave me 4 potions. I don't know what they do. I'm too nervous to put one in, but I'm sure the more you put in, the more you could draw attention to yourself."
To me. Attention to me. I was thinking more along the lines of dropping this in on the sly, not just, "Hey everybody, look at me, I'm spiking the punch."
Well, obviously, that's how you spike punch at a party like this, man. I'm just saying it would take more time to uncork and pour them in. How many do you want?
Well, now I'm starting to rethink. Raceland, that is starting to rethink this thing, and maybe he just wants to dump all 4 and see what happens. I think we're going to go that route. I'll take all 4 of them, buddy.
All right. So if you can please roll 4 d6s for me.
Well, somebody's getting double dosed here because
Hoocha.
rolled a 3, a 2, a 6, and a 6.
All right, reroll 1d6 for me.
Oh, come on. That would be a 1.
My favorite.
All right, so we have a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 6.
A 1 and a
Both
2.
sides of the spectrum. So he opens his vest and reaches in, and you hear glass, and he pulls from out of his vest just kind of this white cloth. "Oh, here's a napkin for you, sir." And he awkwardly places it in your hand, pats it, and you can hear the glass cling, cling, cling. And he's like, and he turns around and just walks back over behind the bar, and you can see him pulling on his collar and shifting back and forth from one foot to the other. But you can see when you look back at the bar, you had ordered 2 scotches, which is actually, if you were holding 2 scotches, how did you get these potions from the guy when he pulled them out of his vest with that napkin?
Well, in his younger days, Raceland had been very chummy with a servant girl at his family's estate, and and she taught him how to carry more than one thing in his hands at a time.
I'm sure she did.
If you
Nickel.
know what I mean.
So much for PG-13.
Use your imagination. He was talking about dishes.
All right, so you're able to hold those 2 scotch glasses in one hand, take the napkin with the 4 vials, and what do you do with that napkin?
Raceland is gonna sort of hold that napkin in his hand, but tucked underneath the cuff of his sleeve, so it's sort of hidden from direct view from the public.
All right, you're able to turn back and look at the bar, and your little friend is back behind the bar, like I said, very nervously, like pulling on his collar. And hey man, is it hot in here, or is it just me? It feels really warm. Ooh, this vest.
Debating whether or not he wants to stick around for the show.
having second thoughts about the whole thing. And you can see there's lines of nobles talking to the people behind the bar. There's these really long lines to order your drinks now. And at the far end of the table is a big old punch bowl with plenty of glasses for the people. You can see them kind of getting fed up in line and just like, ugh, I'll just have punch.
I want to say this is very out of... not really out of character, I guess. Raceland is a man of contradictions. You know, he's a very conservative as far as being reserved in crowds because he's somewhat introverted, and at the same time he's got a little bit of, well, let's just see what happens. Why the hell not? So he is going to try to slip up next to the punch bowl and discreetly set his 2 scotches on the table next to it while he swiftly uncorks and deposits these potions into the punch bowl.
Sounds good. It's going to be a sleight of hand check. I'm going to warn you, 4 potions is a much higher DC than just 1 potion would have been. Let's see how this goes.
Let's just see. Oh, that would be a 9.
Do you have any
bloody nine.
do you have inspiration to use at this very moment?
Might be the time.
In fact, Raceland does have a GM inspiration.
Or does Jeremy want to just see what happens just as badly as Raceland does?
Not in this incident.
He wants to see the aftermath, not the getting
I
caught.
want to live.
Let's look what happened by accident.
I want to live.
All right, go ahead and re-roll.
But it's an 11. Not very inspirational, are you, GM?
It's a little bit better.
It's less bad.
An 11, less bad, but still pretty darn
That's
bad.
a spicy
So,
meatball.
We're all gonna die.
All right, I'm going to need you to roll a D4 for me, Raceland.
There we go.
Capital D drugs.
Drugs are bad, okay. That would be a nat 1.
And with that 1, you start to uncork those potions and begin to put your hand over the punch bowl. And a man, kind of a tall human man, he's got a big top hat on. It's white with gold embroidery around the edges, matching his jacket. He's got a big old pot belly, white pants, and then very pointed shoes that are all gold in appearance. And he looks down. Is this your scotch? Oh my goodness, what is that? Are you spiking the punch? How dare you? I must find one of the guards. This is unacceptable behavior.
I am absolutely not trying to spike this punch. In fact, this is a very high-end scotch, sir. If you would like to try some, you are more than welcome to do so.
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check.
Ooh, come on.
I'm so low down on the initiative to help.
And that would be a 10. And I would just like to note that this is the worst rolls Raceland has had this entire game.
Did we leave the dog
Well, you know what?
outside?
Way
Did
to
we bring the
choke.
dog in now?
You're in luck because they rolled a 7 on their insight check.
Excellent.
Scotch for the win.
So
Things are about to get real interesting.
they're like, oh, you don't say so. Well, which one do you recommend? Let's both have one.
I suggest, because, look, I am a giver. So, what I would like to offer to you, sir, because you look like a man of high taste, you know, you look like you are impressive, sir. What I would like to offer to you is you take these 4 and just give them to the people that you think deserve them.
Oh God, this party's gonna get interesting.
Wait,
Quick.
you're giving the potions? You're not giving him the scotch? Oh my god.
Go ahead and roll another persuasion check
Oh
for me
my
there.
God.
With advantage.
And that is a 15 without advantage.
Keep going.
But with
I'm on
advantage,
20.
let's see here.
Take the
Oh.
15, bed.
Nope, 15.
Stick with the 15.
And he kind of looks around for a second and he grabs his mustache and kind of just makes that little circle on the end and just makes sure that it's right the way it needs to be. And you can see that he's thinking for a minute and he goes,
Before you say anything,
that is very gentlemanly of you.
I won't tell anyone if you would like to just keep those all to yourself as well.
Well, that is quite the offer. But I've learned through my business dealings that you should never drink anything if the other person doesn't want to partake. So, let's both have one together, if it's really that special. He rolled a 21 on his insight check.
Do it, Raceland. The
Shenanigans.
voice in your head is saying, just do it. What could go wrong?
Constitution.
Wow.
Yeah.
See,
Unmarked potion bottles given to you by a gawky teenage boy.
healing word's only 20 feet away.
You know what? I hate to I hate to say no to anyone, so why not?
Bottoms up.
All right, so he sees the 4 vials that you have, and the first roll is a 2. He's going to grab the second one, which is potion number 2 from your roll, with one hand, and then he's going to grab again. Oh, come on, dice. I just rolled like 4 2s in a row. And he is going to grab the first one with his other hand and gesture it towards you.
Okay,
Bottoms up.
sure.
And he clinks them, and he raises it up, and he watches you before he tips it in his mouth.
Son of a bitch. Okay. Raceland gives him a little clink of the glass and downs the whole thing.
Attaboy.
Should have just drank the scotch.
He does the same.
And his head explodes.
Just like in Mars
And
Attacks.
now for something completely different.
And he clears his throat.
Are you freaking out, man?
The schnozberries taste like schnozberries. Well, that was a little bit less flavorful than I would have expected from how you sold it. And he starts to kind of put his fingers up on his mustache again, and he's trying to kind of curl it into that circle. And then you watch as he starts doing that, and his mustache just starts getting longer and longer and bushier and just becomes this amazingly gorgeous, beautiful thing. And he's like, oh my. This is a fine product, sir. This is amazing. I've always wanted a mustache like this. I didn't introduce myself properly. I am Thompson Evercoin, and I would happily buy those other 2 potions off of you for 10 gold pieces.
Well, I think that's a fine bargain, sir.
Ah, And he hasn't stopped stroking his mustache. It's just getting more and more glorious as he continues to talk. And he grabs 10 gold pieces, hands them to you, holds his hand out for the vials.
Raistlin will look at him confused and say, I thought you meant 10 gold pieces each, but since we're only talking 10, I guess I'll deal with that, and hands them over. You drive a hard bargain, sir.
I didn't make my fortune in business without it. Oh, I need to go find my wife and show this to her. And he turns around and just starts looking. And Raistlin, I know that we're kind of doing these turns for longer than 6 seconds. We're not treating it like combat. You don't feel particularly any different. You notice that your face is a little bit itchy. And so you kind of scratch it a little bit here and there, but you don't seem to notice anything else. You've got your 2 scotch glasses there by the punch bowl. What are you going to do to kind of wrap up this scene before we move on to the next person?
Nothing much more than take a sip out of my 1 scotch. Well, pick up the 2 scotches, take a sip out of one, and start looking around for Roland.
And I will have you hold your perception check till we know where Roland's going, because this is all kind of happening at about the same time.
All right.
And now we are on to Edwina.
All right, so Edwina sees Nessie from across the room, makes a beeline towards her as she's heading into this far east room. And I know she can hear like a deep musical beat, but Jackie, could you describe the beat a little bit more?
Yeah, so it's it sounds kind of like it's a very deep, likely stringed instrument beat, but you can't quite tell from outside because there's like live music playing in this space, but as you get closer, so we'll say at this point, again, we're describing more than just 6 seconds, and she was really far ahead of you guys. So at this point, she's already made it through the door, and as she opens the door, you kind of hear dum, 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 dum. And then the door closes and it gets much quieter, but you're thinking like, okay, deep stringed instrument,
Right.
very rhythmic.
I think she would definitely notice that Eldrin is right behind her, because she only knows, 3 other people at this party and Nessie, who she met briefly when she checked in for the bounty. So if Eldrin's close enough to her, she's going to take the hand that doesn't have the dragon's head in it and reach down and grab Eldrin's hand and start pulling him with her.
Nice. And I would say for mechanical purposes, since Eldrin went first, if you kind of want to like hold your action to follow Edwina, there's a lot of air quotes going on in our video feed.
Yeah.
If that's what your intent was, you are welcome to grab his hand, but he's absolutely going to follow you. That totally makes sense for the narrative.
Eldrin, may I take your hand? I don't want to lose you in the crowd.
I don't see why this is necessary.
After that short,
Fine.
sparkly red person.
Where are we headed?
And she's going to drag him towards the door where she saw Nessie disappear. And kind of do this like awkward, like, wait a second, now I'm holding someone's hand and I'm holding a bag. And she's going to try to like shoulder it up onto her shoulder and push open the door with now this like purse dragon head bag hand.
Nice. Because you are a super strong barbarian, I would say that you can do that with ease.
Yay!
You're able to open the door and you hear that rhythmic music. And you hear a little bit of piano. You notice that the room is fairly dark. There's kind of red velvet curtains hanging. There's lots of very tall circular tables throughout, and it's very dimly lit. There's just little candles at each of the tables. There's tall tables in the back, and you can see that there's lower seating below, and there is a stage where you see the band, and there's kind of this big open spot in the front. And if you can roll a perception check for me real quick.
That is going to be an 18.
Nice. So as you walk in, you're kind of taking stock of this whole space, and you catch out of the corner of your eye a curtain kind of moving, closing, and you catch just the tail end of Nessie's red sequin dress going through that curtain.
I've spot her. Come on, Eldrin. And she continues to like drag him just through the room. No mind paid to any tables she may bump into or people, woman on a mission.
Clang, clang. Hey, that's my drink.
Eldrin's gonna pipe up a bit and be like, "We're looking for Lord Francis. Why are you following this woman?"
She'll know where Lord Francis is. I guarantee it.
All right then.
Are you guys still holding hands?
Oh yeah, she wouldn't let it go unless he like wiggled out of it. Though I should ask, Eldrin, Edwina is right hand dominant, so she probably would have grabbed your left hand.
Probably would have pulled the glove off.
I mean, unless you grabbed it back, you know, you could keep your glove intact if you maintained grip.
All right, I guess. Yeah, I'll just go along with her. She's fine.
You sound thrilled.
He knows when she makes up her mind, she's gonna stick to it. So it's just better to go along and get over it more quickly.
All right,
Smart
so you're
man.
able to get across this room. It takes a little bit because it is fairly crowded. It's dark. There's people at every table, but you didn't expect this many people in here because it wasn't super loud outside, but you're able to make it to that curtain.
No hesitation. We are going to kind of do the same thing, pull the curtain aside and just start walking into it.
You walk in and the space is not very big. You realize now that that stage was literally set up on the back wall, and this is just the corner next to the stage, and you see a couple of little tabletops, you see a few mirrors, more candles, and you see a couple of other people in long dresses, and you see Nessie kind of standing and just doing some breathing.
Well, this isn't what I thought it was going to be. Edwina's going to now drop Eldrin's hand and kind of focus her attention on these people dressed in front of her so nicely, but Nessie specifically. You checked me in the other day.
Okay.
So you know where Lord... Wait, what was his name? Lord Endario is. Yeah?
Love, can you wait outside until I'm done with my set? I can talk to you in just a minute.
Huh? No, I need to know where Lord Endario is now.
And I need to finish my breathing exercises.
I don't know what help they will do, but can you just give me a general direction? Please?
The skeleton took a shower. New York, New York. The skeleton took a shower. And she just starts doing her exercises.
Oh. Okay, but just
me.
will you nod if you know where he is?
La,
I will
la,
wait.
La 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 la.
I'll wait for whatever nonsense this is. But if you just know where he is, I will wait. If you just nod up and down. Okay, I'm gonna
She
take that
starts
as a
nodding
nod.
while she's making that sound.
Awesome. I will wait right out there, and she kind of points back through the curtain, kind of gesturing at the front tables, for you to do whatever this stuff is. And with that, she's gonna pick Eldrin's hand back up and walk back out to the front of the room.
And as you walk out, you hear her just kaha! Kaha! Hey! Kaha! It's just random guttural noises at this point.
What an odd creature.
So,
It's not very long after you get back out into the main room. You're able to find a table relatively easily. And you hear the drum beat change a little bit. And you hear the other stringed instruments stop, and everyone kind of stops their quiet mumbling and talking and look up, and you hear one glass clink, 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 clink. Gets very hushed all of a sudden. And the band starts a really deep beat. And you see the servants that are in this room, not the people that are at the tables listening, but the servants start snapping their fingers with this beat and really getting into it.
Eldrin, what is happening?
The next sets up.
I don't know what those words mean, but okay.
More music.
Oh, like Roland.
Similar but different.
Okay.
And you see a curtain whoosh, fly open on the side of the stage, and the drum kind of does a little snare like and draws the attention back and continues that doom, 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 and snapping. And you watch as Nessie confidently walks out to the middle of the stage. And you start to hear some giggles and some little mumbles.
Oh, wait. Before you continue, the second anybody starts giggling, Edwina is going to turn around and be like, no, she's important.
It gets quiet. Actually, roll an intimidation check. Or persuasion, however you think you'd approach
Roll
that.
initiative.
That is going to be a 15 on the intimidation.
And you hear the whispering and the little giggles. Real quiet, real quick.
And satisfied, Edwina is going to turn back to the stage where now Nessie.
Center stage. Nessie kind of turns to face the drums and seductively looks back over her shoulder. Never know how much. And you hear the giggles erupt again. And the noble crowd goes from giggles to laughing. But Nessie seems undeterred. Her facial expression doesn't seem to change. Not that it ever does, really, as she continues on. Fever when you hold me tight. And then right in that riff, if any of you know this song, you hear this as Nessie rips her dress, revealing a lot of leg and thigh that have done nothing but sit at a desk for many years. Fever in the morning, fever all through the night. And one of the noblewomen that had been kind of laughing, but you scared her, so she got real quiet. She didn't start laughing again. She stands up and looks dead set at Nessie and just goes, yeah! And she rips her own dress as well, as you watch more of the nobles starting to snap and yeah! And you hear as like 2 or 3 more people start ripping their dresses to match Nessie. And everyone gets real hardcore into this performance. She finishes the song, big smile on her face, walks off the stage.
Eldrin, I don't know what we just watched, but I loved it.
Eldrin just in shock and just overwhelmed at the whole situation. He's never been in parties like this, and to see that people behave this way, he has no words.
Oh, man, that was just
Somewhere
so
Roland feels a
free.
disturbance in the force.
That was
I
just
feel
so
like the potion started to
freeing. I
circulate
mean,
already.
she's Nessie, the little like cowlick lady that like checked us in and like look, she sang and did a dance and she took her clothes off. This is wonderful. Should I take my clothes off?
I think it's best to stay in costume right now so that we fit in until we find out what we need. Remember, we need to have the costumes on in order to be here.
Oh, that's right. I totally forgot about Lord Andario. And Velma worked really hard on this dress. You're right. Okay, well,
Yeah, we gotta return that.
let's go find Nessie. And she's gonna go back to the stage area.
As you get towards that curtain, Nessie comes out, and there's actually some like fangirls that have started kind of behind you that all have their skirts ripped. And she walks out. She goes, thank you. 30 years of goggling cod liver oil before bed will get you sultry pipes like mine. I have some for sale, if anybody needs any.
Oh. Nessie. Edwina's going to try to, like, compose herself. What is Nessie wearing in this moment?
Oh, same thing. She didn't change.
Okay.
So red sequin dress. It has a nice little super sultry rip right up her thigh.
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure she wasn't wearing, like, a robe or something else.
No Liberace Nessie tonight.
Okay. Edwina's going to approach her. Nessie, that was fantastic. I loved that.
Thank you. I heard you encouraging people to stop laughing. That was nice.
Eldrin's gonna throw out. I can honestly say I've never seen anything like that.
Thank you.
Yeah. What? You don't need to be here with Lord and Dario. You should just take that show on the road.
You think so?
Yeah. I loved it.
Roll a persuasion check for me.
Can I do it with advantage because I genuinely loved it?
Edwina's running off the staff.
No.
Because that was a 7.
She rolled a 19. Well, I appreciate your encouragement, but I do belong behind a desk. I really like the job that I do, and this is fun to do on my nights off. But I'll keep practicing. You encourage me to keep practicing.
Yeah, never give up your dream, Nessie. And, oh, yes. This is my friend, Eldrin, and she's going to pat Eldrin on the shoulder, maybe a little harder than intended. And we want to find, and she's going to kind of like glance back and forth, like trying to remember the task at hand.
We're looking for Lord Francis.
Yeah, that guy.
Oh, I wish I could help you. I don't know exactly where he is. This is kind of my, like, one night off a year. And I'm not gonna lie, I had a little bit of liquid courage to be able to do this. So I don't know where he is right now, but I know that Beatrice had worked with him to have, like, all these special performances and stuff. And, they happen every hour or two, so it's probably not going to be long till he has another one.
Okay.
Where does he do the performances at?
Wherever he gets noticed, I don't know how his brain works.
Not even God knows.
Okay, well, do you think it'll be maybe in, like, the main room? Because that's, like, where, like, so many, like, people are?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you, Nessie. Great job again. Edwina's going to grab Eldrin's hand again and start dragging him back towards that main room.
Hey, before you leave, did either you want to go up? If they let me go up, it's kind of like open mic night, am I right? And she turns to the noblewomen that are around her, just praising her, patting her on the back, and they all,
All right, Jackie, I'm going to flip something on you. You roll a persuasion check.
Ooh, done. Because I have a character sheet for Nessie.
Just flat roll. Nessie's pretty persuasive.
I would say in this situation that Edwina is at disadvantage because she is so enamored with Ness.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Aww.
Nessie rolled a 6 on that persuasion.
I had my internal DC set at 13, so we are going to just be like, you know what, Nessie, that sounds great. We'll see you next year. And just keep dragging Eldrin along.
Maybe later.
Good, because I only know the one song. And then she kind of turns back to her people. All right, so we are now at Sir Roland.
Well, Roland is unclear how much time has passed, but it's the moment that has just happened. He's seen Eldrin and Edwina heading through the east door, and he's seen Captain Kangaroo over there with the potion mixers. Potentially.
Well, I'll be honest. I don't know if you would have seen Raceland. So
I don't think I would have.
You got that perception check.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure you would have focused on it. And because with the background map we have, you're standing kind of in the middle of the room.
Yep.
Edwina and Eldrin were in front of you, so I'll totally give you that. You can see them go in the door they're going in.
Yep.
But I don't think you would have necessarily broken from what you saw
Nope.
to turn back to watch Raceland, right?
He's focused on that, but he is waiting for his drink, but he's focused on this. So he's thinking he needs Raceland to make this all come together, but he also needs the dragon head. So he is gonna bird dog this situation with what skills he has. He is going to turn and try to make eye contact with Raceland, and realizing he's not going to get that from him, he's going to use a spell, and he's going to send message. And a copper wire on his lute lights up and hums, and he whistles in his own head and says, "Endario, north door, I'm moving that way, catch me up." And he starts heading north. And he is going to book it as far north as he can get in this particular moment, because he doesn't think he's going to get through that door without Raceland.
So, as you start to do that...
Oops, sorry, I hit the wrong thing.
You're just doing all the rolls, man.
Not what I was intending. I will actually post this just so everybody can see the spell for a message. It's cast a whisper to somebody, and he can answer me.
Raceland, do you answer that message?
Yes. Raceland will respond to that message. I'm on the way, and I'm bringing your scotch with me.
Good. I think to myself.
And Raceland is going to start heading in that direction.
Sounds good. So, Roland, you are kind of in the middle of the room is where you were kind of taking stock of everything.
Yeah.
And you start to walk, and then you feel someone's hand on your jacket.
Of course I do. I had a feeling this was going to happen. I turn.
I had a feeling.
He's at a party. He knows how to parlay. He knew he was in the middle of the dance floor, and he was kind of ready for it. He's going to try to act like he's participating, but he's going to continue to move north as quickly as he can, if possible. If that's what's happening.
So, as you feel this hand on your coat, are you trying to say that you, like, slough it off and try and slink away, or you just keep walking, trying to ignore it? Like, what is your body language with this scenario?
I think...
It does feel like, I will describe it further, it does feel like a delicate touch lightly on your arm.
He knows he's in a place he needs to be charming. He's going to turn and smile while taking a single step in the north direction, but he's going to turn and smile and look.
And you see a noblewoman. She has mostly human features, but you think you might see some elven ears behind her fascinator hat, which is just absolutely ridiculous. And she goes, "Oh, you were with one of the adventurers that got selected. You were with the one I ate the pies with. I saw you leaving. Let me introduce myself. My name is Eltheria Estrara. You look quite dashing."
Roland smiles and bows. It's very nice to meet you again. I was just off to perform a task for the Lord. Could we perhaps catch up in a few moments after that?
Can I get your number?
Well, Well, I was hoping that you'd join me for a dance. Oh, please.
Rudeness does not abide charm. I suppose one dance is at least something I owe someone who went through that particular task. A single dance I can give you.
Ah, fabulous. I'm not sure if you know this one. Let's watch it for just a moment and then jump right in. What do you say?
Absolutely.
And I'm sorry, what's your name?
Yes, forgive my poor manners. I'm a little distracted in this, by your beauty and the situation. My name is Roland Nightingale. Pleased to meet your acquaintance again, and I am familiar with the dance, and if you're ready, we can begin.
I'm gonna need you to roll a persuasion check on that, beauty line.
Yep.
Eyes are like sapphires in the night.
dancer.
He's doing his best here. He's trying to move on.
Did you fall from heaven?
14. That's what he does.
She rolled a 7.
Yep.
Oh,
Damn right she did.
You're so charming.
And he dips his hat, bows, and flourish back in, and takes her hand and begins the steps.
All right, so this is a skill challenge for dancing. And I actually pulled some really cool suggestions from someone off of Reddit. So a quick shout out to Shining Midnight on Reddit because your methodology was the inspiration for this. So
Okay, so he's the one I find.
yes. So there's 2 components to this. The first one is going to be kind of watching the dance briefly so you can see if you're familiar with it. And then the second part will be a skill challenge. It's a little more formal to what you've done in the past with the games that we've done, which is that you are going to have different scenarios kind of thrown at you. You decide what skill you're going to use to get through them. You make your roll. You need 3 to succeed. But the catch is you can only use each skill once. So you're going to have to creatively describe what's happening. So in a skill challenge where you're running out of the cave as it collapses, if a boulder is falling down on you, you can use athletics to brace it. You can use acrobatics. You can use all sorts of different things. You just can't just use the same skill over and over. You can only use each skill once.
Yep.
So the first bit is going to be, I'm going to ask you, what do you think Roland's skill level with dancing and music methodology would be to kind of set the DC to see what bonus you will get?
Music methodology. I want bonus.
And I've got basic, simple, novice, intermediate, expert, and prodigy.
The music side, I'd say he's probably towards the expert side. The dancing side, depending what kind of dancing it is, it will be problematic. I think there's a part where he's a novice and there's a part where he's an expert. So it's going to be this kind of hodgepodge.
What average would you like to take? Because you only get to pick one.
An average. So you're trying to tell me what my DC is going to be, if I'm understanding.
Just pick how skilled in dancing you think Roland feels he is.
Oh, it's Roland. He's a pompous ass. He's going to say he's an expert in everything.
All right. Go ahead and roll a performance check for me.
This is going to be a S show right here.
Nickel.
That is a 20.
Yeah, it is.
It is. But I've read my note, so I'm going to correct myself. You're watching the dance to see if you can figure out the steps. Please roll a perception check for me. I misspoke.
Perception. That's a 15 for perception from Roland.
Heard. Roland thinks he's an expert, but he just barely didn't hit that DC of 16 in watching the dance.
That's okay.
He thought he had it, and you started tapping your toes and then kind of did one of those things where you watched 3/4 of the steps,
It's okay.
but not the last bit, which was kind of the most complicated bit that ties all the other bits together.
That's okay.
So unfortunately, Roland does not get a bonus.
Fine.
But Miss Estrara is going to... Okay, let's jump in on this next round.
Wonderful.
And this is one of those very, I'm thinking royal court in the 1500s where it's all these pairs of people that do dances where, they hold their hand up to each other, they kind of go around each other, there's an occasional lift, and then you switch partners. So you've got like 15 seconds and you switch, and 15 seconds and you switch, but everybody knows all the steps, except for Roland.
That's okay. Switch is all he's looking for. Fair enough. Okay.
So she holds her hand out. Let's go. The music's going to begin again.
Yes, very much so. Moving on.
She grabs your hand. You walk out into the dance area in the middle, and there's many other pairs of people around. Music begins. She curtsies and steps forward to grab your hand.
Roland flourishes and bows, and he takes her hand.
All right. Go ahead and roll whatever check you feel would fit this particular part of the dance. Knowing you can only use each skill once.
Yeah. He knows he didn't quite get it, but he's going to fake it till he can make it. And so he's going to be the showman that he is, and he's going to do a little bit more of the hand gestures and the magician thing is, and he's going to use a little deception so that maybe she misses his footwork and his handwork, smile, move his hat around. He's going to add steps in order to deceive her while he's potentially misstepping.
Sounds good. Go ahead and roll your check.
That'd be a 27.
Oh, she is like, oh, I love the feather in your hat. It's just smashing. Oh, is that blue lining inside your dark blue suit? Oh, that is amazing. And she actually kind of messes up her first step because she's just checking all of that out.
Yeah.
Don't try too hard, Roland.
Rendezvous.
So it's a quick little hop, a couple quick steps. You're able to get the first few beats in, and you get to the first handoff. This is part of the dance that you actually watched.
Mhm.
So this is the first handoff. Simple. It's a simple spin into the new open palm of your new dancing partner. So you're going to spin her into the next person and receive the next partner to you. Go ahead and make your check.
Okay, he's going to do something. Again, he's trying to be fancy and use the skills he has at hand. And so he's going to use a little sleight of hand to pull his coat off and use it as a prop. So he's going to do, again, his normal flourish, but then bring it up as a prop to make himself, again, a little bit, taking some inspiration
make your
from
check.
Eldrin as a sleight of hand. That'd be a 21.
Oh, absolutely. You're able to kind of throw both your hands out. The person coming towards you for a minute goes to reach for one and then is like, oh, wait, the other. And in the end, you're able to kind of grab them and do an extra little spin, and you hear a couple of little claps from the crowd of people around the dancing.
All right.
So next up, you're starting to do again that kind of little hop, those few quick steps. You're like, okay, this is the pattern, this is the dance. And one of the other couples isn't really following the steps very well, and a drunk noble bumps into you.
Yep.
What you doing?
Fight.
And Roland is going to do what he planned. No, Roland was going to do what he planned all the time. He's going to leave the step. He'd been positioning himself towards the north, and he's going to do a full backflip and leave the circle and do a full acrobatics and walk towards the north door.
Wow.
He's going to
Go
attempt a
for it.
backflip.
25.
Wow.
He's going to land a backflip.
He is. And as you do the backflip, you hear, ah, from a few people. And you land, there's some claps.
Pulls his hat, bows, and then turns, spins, and walks off.
Save some for the rest of us, Roland.
God, if only.
And you see the dance partner that you left behind you is kind of just awkwardly swaying, like with their hands mid-waist level, like almost awkward white boy dance. Not quite knowing what to do. And then hop, step, step, and she just goes to the next person, and it kind of all just goes right back in the flow. And you're able to break away from the circle, no problem.
Thank God. Where's that scotch?
because that was 3 successes.
Could have used a 1 in there. That would have been entertaining.
I was really hoping for that on the backflip out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If I'd broken my neck on that, we'd had a banana and we'd been off and running.
The DC started at 10, and it went up by 2 for each successive thing that you were going to be dealing with as you continued to dance.
You can really.
But you can dance if you want
Leave your
to,
friends behind.
or you can leave those cares behind.
I left Alethea behind.
You are able to break free, get through the crowd, and you make it to those doors at the back.
Okay.
And you see that there is a servant standing at the door that you had kind of seen Lord Andario go through, holding a clipboard.
Yes. And I find this man and say, I have an appointment with Lord Andario.
And when they look up, you realize it's not a man. It's a woman. A very burly woman. There is a little bit of facial hair that you weren't expecting, but... I'm sorry, what did you say?
Hey now.
I said, I have a standing appointment with Lord Andario. We were sent on a task. I'm waiting on my rest of my team, but I'd like to see him if he's available. And I smile, bow. You may remember me.
And their jaw is just kind of hanging open.
I don't think he has any appointments.
Oh, good. Then he can see me.
I think you need to talk to Miss Beatrice for that.
She sent me this way. She said I needed to be dressed and said that I could come see him. If I could find him, and I've seen him.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
And here's where it all goes to hell. That would be a 24.
I'm going to roll just for poops and giggles.
Oh,
Yeah, they
yeah.
got a 3.
This is not the
Sounds about right.
bard you're looking for.
This is not this is definitely not the bard you're looking for. My friend will be following shortly behind me. I would like him to come. I can wait, or he can come in behind me if that's more preferable.
Nickel.
Okay. Well, I don't think the doors don't open for another 20 minutes. That's my job.
To open
I
the
knock
doors
on the door when it's
for-
been 20 minutes, and then they unlock the doors and open them.
They look down at their clipboard and kind of ruffle the papers.
Yeah, 20 minutes.
I feel like you could do a bard mind trick here.
It was a great roll
Yeah, I know.
to a very unimportant person,
I know.
unfortunately for you.
I'm gonna spin, and I've had a lot to do in this particular turn, and I'm gonna wait for Raceland because what I'm about to do may need some cover. I will end my.
Need I remind you, you're not playing Ilm tonight.
No, no, I'm not gonna do that. The guy will get to live. I was just gonna open the doors for myself.
Does that end your turn, Roland?
That definitely ends a very, very long turn. Thank you all.
Brings us back around the horn to Eldrin.
All right. I am still over there with Edwina. We've discovered that there's no point in being in this room, so I will head back to the main room. I don't know if Edwina's still going to be attached to me, so does
Yeah.
she come along as well?
She does. Oh, you're taking charge?
She has not let go, so...
Hey, this is Jackie, and I just wanted to take a brief moment to thank you for listening to our podcast. We are a newer podcast, and we hope that you're enjoying our first adventure, When Thunder Rolls. And if you are liking what you're hearing, would you mind telling a friend? Or even better yet, if you have an extra minute or two, can you leave us a rating or review on your favorite podcast listening network? It really does help other people find the show. And if you want more NatFun in your life, you can check us out on Patreon. We have additional content, audio, and other resources at both the free and paid tier. And on that note, let's jump back into some NatFun.
No, we need to leave here. There's nothing for us in this room. We're just wasting time. Gonna have to find this guy that's like whack-a-mole right now.
She nods. Yeah, I think that's a fair plan. But the music was something else.
It was. So he'll head to the door, open the door, and then take a look around and see if there's any activity, any sort of, people gathering. Like, it said that he throws these performances. Just look around, see if he can find anything like that happening.
Okay, go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
Perception. And
Nice.
I rolled a 19.
Nice.
So you walk out and you kind of look around, and you said you were looking for like any crowds, any changes in what's going on.
Yeah, any sort of increased activity that might be people congregating around something happening.
So you see that kind of in the middle of the room where the dancing was happening, you see some people that turned so they're not actually watching the dancing, and they're kind of pointing towards the north, the direction that Roland walked, and talking between themselves kind of loudly, but it's like a little group that's kind of like gawking at something that just moved that way. And you also overhear, just to the left of where you're standing, which is kind of in between the bar and that back room that you guys went to, you hear a man.
Yes, I had this scotch, and it just grew, and it's glorious, and I've wanted one. This is just, there's no elixir that can make this happen. I can't reveal my source, of course, but I could sell you one for 50 gold pieces.
Son of a bitch.
All right. Well, that wasn't. I'm just hearing that guy talking. He wasn't actually talking to me, right?
Nope, he was. You could
Okay,
overhear him
good.
talking. You saw this man in a big top hat with this gorgeous, thick mustache, and he's just stroking it while he's talking to someone, and kind of has his hand on his vest, and you are overhearing their conversation.
All right. He's just gonna head over to the room to the left, the other room that's, I guess, between where he's at and the bar, and just kind of go room by room. Then, if he can't see anyone here and he doesn't see anything else happening, let's just head in the next room and see what's going on. So I'll head to you have it labeled the east room closest, with the glass doors, and we can see colored lights and illumination behind them. So let's head into that room.
Sounds good. So you walk over to that room. Edwina, are you following him?
Oh,
Or are you going to kind of break out at this point?
that's a glorious mustache. She's going to get distracted and drop Eldrin's hand.
Sounds good. So Eldrin, you're able to make it to that door, open, take a step in, and this is so
We
much
never see
louder.
him
You went
again.
from jazz beats to harps and very regal music to and you look and you can see this long elevated strip in the center of the room that is just illuminated, and there's all these beautiful colored lights kind of going up, and they're kind of going up pointed up at the ceiling, across that walkway, and then at the glass on the doors, and so you're kind of getting peppered by these little colored lights kind of going all over. And you see there's people lined on either side of this elevated platform, and someone just to the side of you.
Are you on the next set to walk?
I'm looking for Lord Francis. Have you seen Lord Francis?
We're short by one. Go to the back.
And he kind of puts his hand on your back and nudges you.
That's how you get stabbed.
What is this?
This is the fashion room. We need another person to walk.
I'm too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy for my
I'm a
shirt.
bit conflicted because I don't think Eldrin would want anything to do with this, but I also know that you've set up this situation. Trying to
You can totally play your character. Don't worry about doing everything that's been written. Just play your character, man.
All right, yeah. I think Eldred's going to turn and walk out of the room. He's like, nope, he's not in here. So he will go ahead, turn around, and walk out of this room real quick.
As you start to walk out, you hear people like screaming and yelling and clapping, and then you are able to kind of just catch as you're like, oh, nope, wrong room. You start to turn, and you watch as this massive orc walks out with this spiked armor. It's got spiked armor, spiked headband, little spike jewels put on their eyebrows. They've got gauntlets with spikes, and just with the beat, thump, 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 they are crushing it. Just bam, 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 pose, bam, bam, bam. And that's, you walk out, you hear the door close, and you hear that,
Edwina's going to be bummed she missed this.
and it is behind you.
It's like the Blue Oyster Room.
Full disclosure, I may have written that room for Aaron.
I thought the
was like,
jazz
it
room
sounds
was
fun,
for me.
but I really just...
They're all for you.
I really like
They're all
the
for
contradiction
you.
of Eldrin being in that room.
Oh, yeah.
Thank God Edwina wasn't there. She might have forced him up on stage, so... Too
Uh-huh.
bad.
I will say, because that was a very short period of time, you didn't spend time in that space, you're welcome to move around a little bit more if you wish.
He's going to go ahead and head across the room towards the next room they haven't been in, the west room closest, where he hears sounds of dice, cheering, and talking.
Gambling.
Sounds good. You make it just up to the door. Door starts to open as someone comes out. Man, I can't believe I lost it all. And you can hear dice hitting tables and laughing and drinks. And that's when we're going to cut to Raceland.
Raceland has been headed steadily over toward that north door to meet up with Roland.
Did he go through the dance floor, or did he go around the dance floor?
Oh, yeah. Did you go through the dance floor?
I think he knows better.
Yeah, he just walked straight through the middle of it in a determined fashion.
Holding two glasses up above everyone.
Be
swinging.
prepared to be sniped.
But see, Raceland is used to these kind of affairs because he does come from a fairly well-to-do family. So he's good at dodging in and out and keeping the glasses out of the way as he's, moving through the crowd.
All right. Well, I'm going to say, since you just go right through the middle of the dance area, I kind of envision this as like a dance battle scenario where you've got like the dancers, and then we're the dancers, and then a big circle of people around just watching. So correct me if I'm wrong. You're just walking right through the middle, holding the drinks up. Don't give a shit.
Maybe shaking a little booty on the way through.
Old man
Sounds
dance.
good. So because of that, and kind of
Old man dance. How dare you?
more Night at the Roxbury then?
Boots and pants.
What is love? So as you start to get in that area, kind of thinking about the actual timeline of things, like you'd already kind of wrapped up your conversation at the bar when Roland kind of started to go and started his dance, made it to those back doors. But he kind of sent you that message before he even got grabbed into that group. So I'm going to say that I want to have you make a acrobatics check with what the next highest DC would have been on his dance move, because he left that lone dancer
Oh,
that is desperately looking for a
Grabby
partner.
McGee's coming for you.
That would be a 21.
Ooh.
Nice.
All right, so as she's kind of just shimmying there before she goes to the next person, or just, I guess it happened again, walks off stage, she is going to kind of try and grab you as you walk by, but you're able to get out of that. So how do you kind of avoid that grab and being pulled into the dance?
Very deftly slide to the side and go, can't touch this. As he moves his little MC Hammer sidestep out of the way.
Nice.
Roland feels another
Did you
disturbance
get
in the
those pants
force.
kind of like parachute style at Lala's, or did I miss
No,
that?
they're tight. you can. There's not much left of the imagination
tight.
there.
Almost as good as gray sweatpants.
So
Hey, red velvet, gray sweatpants. What's the difference,
It
really?
all comes together. Mm-hmm.
she reaches out for you. You are able to. Can't touch this. Get right past it. Do your little sideways crab walk back and forth a little bit to get out of there. And you just hear her go, well, I guess it happened again. Maybe I should just take it as a sign. Okay. And she just walks out of the dance floor. That's 2 rejections back to back. She's not feeling so hot about herself. But you are able to make it over to Roland. At this point, Roland has finished up his conversation. But because you guys are now together, I'm kind of going to let you guys, like I'd say you guys can kind of play it together like Eldrin and Edwina did during her scene. So you guys can converse a little bit, but it's not a full Roland turn yet.
Well, Raceland's gonna stroll up and kind of scratch the side of his face a little bit and say, all right, buddy, what's the status here? What's the plan?
Raceland, as you walk up to Roland, Roland, you notice right away that Raceland's face has like little, at first it looks like little red splotches kind of on his chin, and then you notice like red dots with big white bulbousy circles sticking out in them, kind of on his cheeks and up and over his nose, and there's a bunch of ones with little black circles, and he looks like a teenager.
Great.
His face is covered in zits.
Oh, buddy. We'll deal with that in a minute.
Deal with what?
I don't even know what's happening. Your voice change that's coming next week, but we'll deal with that later.
My voice change?
We'll get you to a mirror after we deal with the Lord Pompadour in a minute.
Okay.
Well,
Oh, by the way,
thank you
here's
for
your
the beverage.
scotch.
Thank you. No, very much. Scotch. I love scotch. Well, Lord Andario is on the other side of this door here, but our friend, the Rhodes Scholar here, is a little confused about letting us in, and I can let us in, but I thought I might go with something a little more diplomatic through your convincing.
My name's not Road. My last name's not Scholar either.
Raceland, I'm gonna hurt him. Can we get through the door, or we're gonna stand here for 20 minutes of my life that I can't get back?
Raceland is going to look at this beautiful specimen of womanhood and say, I assure you that Lord Andario would want you to open that door for us. So if you could just give a gentle knock to maybe not disturb the entire room, but whoever is in charge of opening that door could let us discreetly slip in, that would be great.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check for me, please.
That will be a 12.
And they rolled a 6 on their insight check.
Yay!
So she goes,
Okay, I can do that.
Was that really so hard, Roland?
and she leans over and just slightly. And you hear footsteps approach. Sound of the door unlocking. It cracks a little bit. And both of you recognize the face of the man that did all the announcements for your trials.
Yes, what is it? We're not quite ready yet. Almost there.
You need to let us in, sir.
They said they had an appointment with Lord Andario.
What are you talking about? He's about to do the grand reveal.
He talked nice and said to knock on the door, so I knocked on the door.
I don't have time for this. What do you need right now?
We need to get inside and see Lord Andario. That's what we need.
Well, we're not set up yet.
He sent us on a mission, okay? And we need to get inside so that we can communicate with him and conclude our business. Besides, I think you wanted us there for this grand reveal.
Okay, have you been to this party long? Just so you know, they're all grand reveals. He has one every 2 hours. It's exhausting.
I think for this particular one, he was pretty adamant that we be there.
I can ask. What's your name?
Eldrin. My name is Raceland. Just tell him that Raceland is here and needs to see him.
Okay. Okay, I'll see what I can do. I'll be right back.
And he closes the door, locks it, and you hear footsteps going away.
I feel like we're stepping into some eyes wide shut kind of situation here.
God, I could only hope it's that easy.
You stand there for a couple minutes, not that long, and then you hear, let them come. Now, and then you hear some claps, and you hear footsteps come back. Door unlocks, opens it. He said he's ready now. Let's open the doors. And he kind of unlocks and throws open a set of double doors, walks a little further, unlocks and throws open a set of double doors, unlocks and throws open another set of double doors. And it's essentially the equivalent of if you had those really nice sliding doors that you can kind of just like unfold on each other and open up the whole space. Almost like a hotel banquet hall where sometimes it's 4 rooms, sometimes it's 2. And they're able to kind of almost fully open this space with doors that, because it's all so ornately carved, they almost didn't look like there were doors there. But now there's very clearly 3 large double door passageways into this massive hall. And music stops, people look over, and you hear Lord Indario. Aha! Your next grand reveal! From deep in that room.
Horse pucky.
Well, Roland, I think we know which way we need to go. Let's go find out what this grand reveal is.
Well, I think we need the other 2. Where's Larry and Mo?
Unfortunately, I think that's going to take a little doing since they're on the other side of that locked door now. But whatever it is, we can certainly fill them in.
And you see the man that you had talked to is the guy who announced everyone at the trials. He gets the last set of doors open, comes back to the middle one, taps his cane on the floor. Our next display courtesy of your host, Lord Indario. Everyone, please make your way into the viewing hall. And he very annoyingly slowly moves his arm behind him like, over here is the thing. So before I have Roland and Raceland continue, I just want to say, get a quick vibe check on Eldrin and Edwina. Hearing that announcement, the music has stopped in the main room, and everyone is kind of looking that way and starting just like that whole, 1 or 2 steps in that direction. Gut reaction, what is Edwina doing in this moment?
For Edwina, Nessie had mentioned that he does, Lord Indario does these grand reveals. So she would hear, grand reveal, this direction, okay. But she would take a moment just to, I really like your mustache, sir, before turning and continuing to walk with the crowd.
You know she touched it. She had to have touched
She
it.
just pat his face.
I can roleplay that out.
Just full paw.
And he turns,
Oh, thank you. I love it too.
But that's my quick vibe.
what about you, Eldrin?
Yeah, Eldrin would have turned around the second he heard that. He heard the announcement that it's Lord Indario's doing a reveal, and that's the guy they're looking for. So he'd have stopped trying to go in this other room and turned around.
All right. So Roland and Raceland, what are you guys going to do in this snap judgment moment?
Raceland is going to look at Roland and say, should we wait on these guys now that they seem to be opening up this thing to the entire crowd?
Yeah. But if we wait on them, my only concern is then we got to push forward. But You know what? We'll have Edwina. Then we can push forward. Hell with it. Yeah, let's do that.
She could certainly clear a path.
Yep. In worst case, I'll thunderwave a path. I'm over this mess. Yeah.
So that's what Roland and Raceland are going to do, is kind of step to the side and wait and look.
Yeah. And Roland starts waving his hat.
And I would say, you guys, because you are all knowing what the goal is, you all heard he's in there. You're going to keep your eyes out for each other. I don't think that you guys need to roll. I think you would find each other in this moving towards the space. So you're able to get back together. You're not in the front row by any means, but you're not in the back because people do move out of the way of Edwina. So you guys have a pretty good view, and you can see this is a very large room. You can see that this is probably not as big as the grand room that you were just in. This is more like that first hall that you guys were in, but there are beautiful tapestries on the walls. You can see there's very ornate candle holders suspended from the ceiling. And at the very back end of the room, you can see a slightly elevated platform, kind of like someone set up a small stage, but it's, you know, just a couple inches off the ground. And you can see that there are 3 deep maroon curtains suspended on a string right behind Lord Ondario. And he is standing up there, and there's like a bale of hay, and there's a random little bucket turned over, and he has one foot up on the bale of hay, and he's just kind of pontificating and talking to people. And he's wearing a very shiny, embellished farmer's outfit. If you can think of what Ted was wearing and then bedazzle the bejesus out of it, that's the getup that Lord Ondario has right now.
Ted wore it better.
It's a handcrafted and poshly embellished farmer's getup.
Interesting.
And he didn't get it from Lala's?
Shrug emoji.
What happens at Lala's stays at Lala's.
You see that, again, that announcer that had kind of, Roland and Raceland saw him open the doors. Everyone heard him call everybody in, is standing just behind Lord Ondario. And he goes, Sir, are you ready to begin? Ah, everyone is here. And you can see, again, those 3 curtains. And now that you've kind of looked around for a little bit, it almost looks like there's a little bit of like fence panels just peeking out of the very bottom of those curtains. As you can see, we have 3 displays of great work that is guaranteed to improve the lives of everyone both in and around Astrante. And then he just pauses, and it's silent for a bit. And the announcer starts to clap, so slowly everyone in the room starts a little golf clap. I've been continuing Daddy's work and research at great cost. And here is a sneak peek of what I wish to provide the people. And he nods at the announcer, who pulls down the first curtain, and people go, And on that note, we're going to end our session tonight.
All I can think of is like,
What's
I was waiting for it.
curtain, 2, my lord, or number 3, my lord.
Yeah. What's behind door number 3?
He's starting his own game show.
Yeah.
Awkward sigh.
So we will pick back up right here. So there was a lot of stuff planned in all the rooms, and I did try and think of stuff that everybody would have fun doing and having their characters do, because you guys do have a wide variety of skills.
Yes.
So what did you guys think of what you did get to interact
I will go
with?
first.
I
I
enjoyed it.
genuinely loved mine. And I think you would know that, like, yep, that was right up my alley. So I was thrilled. And thank you, Eldrin, for letting me drag you along.
He regretted joining you in that room.
That was fun.
It's not the first time he followed you somewhere. And
Maybe one day
regret.
he'll learn his lesson.
Welcome to the wrist.
Yeah.
Nobody ever does. This is pretty good.
I was I mean, when I read all the rooms, I wanted to go to the dice room because I was like, yes, dice room.
I want to go there.
games, all that.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, Eldrin's focused. He's not here to play games. He's still like, but then I figured, if I went in there, ended up in there, and there's a way to make some money off some rich people, that probably would have happened.
Mm-hmm.
But I did feel bad when we walked the other road, and I was like, he's not going to go walk down the stage. Like, he's dressed all nice. Like, no, he wouldn't walk down the stage.
So much walk.
You had like a, two different opposing
Yeah.
angels on your shoulder for that room.
Yeah, I felt bad
Maybe.
for,
Yes.
I was like, the listeners would probably love to hear how this goes. And I was like, and I'm going to take it away from them.
Yeah.
We can always, maybe we'll do like a wrap-up episode of each of you picking the room that you would have done if you would have known what it was or something.
I just wish I would have gotten the killer mustache
Thank you.
instead of the killer egg.
Hey, you guys.
Those were the potions that you rolled, and then I rolled d4s to pick which ones they grabbed. They happened to get the
Oh, I
mustache
know,
one, and
it's
you happened
the
to get the
luck
acne
of
one.
the
Wait till his
draw.
friends take the other ones.
Maybe he'll sell one to Lord and Dario.
50 gold. Ooh, Lord Andario's gonna get nose booger.
His
bleeds
pompadour
or
turns
something.
blue.
He'd be all about
love
that. Yeah. Hell, I'd want that. Roland's kind of into that.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much. This was a fun episode, fun session. And
Very cool.
Until next time.
We hope you can find yourself a table.
Or a computer.
And some friends.
So you can roll into your own NatFun.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks, guys. Goodbye.
See you in a couple days.
Bye-bye.
Have a good
Adios,
night.
suckers.
Come
See
back
you next
again.
week.
I can't believe I have to wait a whole week to reveal what's behind these curtains. Oh, that's no fun at all. But what could I possibly do in the next week before I can show these adventurers this amazing grand reveal? It's going to revolutionize Estrante. Oh, I think I read somewhere that NatFun has a Patreon with additional content. Oh, I'd love to check that out. You should too. And if you think you know what's behind the curtains, tell us. You can chat with us there. Ta-ta!